a live stream. So, thank you guys for waiting. Okay. If you guys have earbuds in, make sure you turn down the volume just a little bit. Let's hop into your message today. Where to go? That way I can see you guys. Okay. Whoa. You guys are all here. Hi, CJ. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Mika. Hi, Just Jim. Thank you guys for waiting. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Ari. I hope I said that right. Hi, Mimi. Hi, guys. Okay, so I apologize for the wait. I had to take a really, really, really important call. And, yeah, so I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Today's message. There are some growing pains that you guys are going through. There's some things that you're trying to fix. There's some things that you're working on. And I know that you could be feeling a little bit discouraged depending on where you're at with those growing pains, because you've cleared, you've purged, you've cried, you have released, you've cut people off. You're kind of like in this no F's given. You might be trying to be not mean. You're trying not to be mean, but you're being honest. Some of us have this habit of gaslighting ourselves to not hurt other people's feelings. And you are recognizing that in yourself today. Like, okay, maybe normally I would say this, and that to not hurt their feelings. But now these things are affecting you because this is your evolution. So you're not like, there's something within you where you're like, I can't go backwards. I just can't. And hi, Lord Key. Yes, like the video. When you see this, it's going to be just in the nick of time. Okay, when you guys see this, it's going to be just in the nick of time, because you're going to be feeling this. This is going to be trying to burst out of you. Your shadow wants to come to play. Okay, your shadow's like, let me out, let me at them. Okay, your shadow is like, let me out. I am bursting at the seams. Let me come in a little bit messy. Let me come in a little bit sassy. Like, Messy Boots wants to play. And you're like, stay in the box. We don't have time for this. Because there's so many parts of you that you've been healing. And even though you could have some recent frustration with something not going according to plan, or something not going totally your way, you are seeing that all you have to do is communicate. All you have to do is communicate. And that there's going to be many different ways that you guys do this. And this is what makes you legendary. Okay. You guys are learning that all you have to do is communicate it to people. Like, hey, I appreciate you for this, but this isn't going to work. Hey, I understand that you want to do this, but this is what you promised me. Okay, you are setting records straight. Like, for the record, this is not what I like. Or for the record, this is how I operate. This is how I run business. This is how I do things. Because you're no longer suppressing your legendary status. You're no longer suppressing the fact that you want to shine and beam and be all of these things. So this is going to see you just in the nick of time, because somebody or some people are trying to catch up to your elevation. Not because they're not supposed to be around you, but because they're trying to get their facts straight. They're trying to make sure that they don't disappoint you and that they don't let you down. So, use your discernment with your Messy Boots side wanting to come to play, because it's just going to remind you of the past. Or there's a situation that you're dealing with that's reminding you of the past, and it could be very triggering. And so you're trying not to lie to yourself. Like, you are actually thinking out the thought process of why something makes you upset, why you don't like it, why you need to fix it, and how you're going to handle it head on. Okay, so you're taking a moment for yourself. with this evolution. You're like, okay, right now I can only see out of one eye. I'm going to open all my eyes and remember that just because that happened to me in the past, it doesn't mean that's what's happening right now. How am I going to move forward? How am I going to deal with this in a more healthy, constructive way versus this? And now this doesn't have to necessarily come out with you like unleashing on somebody, but you could start being internally really mean to yourself. Like, oh, you're like telling yourself like, oh, you're so dumb, like how could you have trusted them? Or oh, you were so stupid to like buy that or believe in this or invest in this. And so I feel like each and every one of you guys deal with this differently. You either internalize it and you're just so mean to yourself until the point of exhaustion or tears, and then others of you will let it out passive aggressively, and then others will let it out aggressively. And this is because there's something within you that you are almost done healing, that you are almost at the stage of completion of healing. And it's something that has caused you a great deal of suffering, something that has caused you a tremendous amount of pain. And you are no longer suppressing the fact that you are legendary, the fact that you are iconic, the fact that you are a lover. You don't want to be a fighter anymore. Okay? You guys have cutoff game that is ferocious. Your words have so much weight, they have so much power. So all you have to do is tune into asking. And it's going to go your way every time. Every time. You're going to ask the divine, you're going to ask the universe, you're just going to say it out loud. Things always work out for me, best case scenario. And I know a lot of you guys that have been with me for a while, you might practice this. Say you're at a point of frustration, like you had a project and everything that could go wrong went wrong. Say your house is under construction, say you're renovating, say you're in the middle of a messy divorce, say whatever you are in the middle of, and things are not going according to plan. You're like, I need to calm down. Everything always works out for me, best case scenario. And then watch the pieces that are flailing around, watch them all become cohesive again. Watch the literal magic unfold for you. I literally practiced this right before I went live. I had a bunch of things go wrong. I had a bunch of things go left today, and I was just like, it was so frustrating. Okay, it was so frustrating. And I'm setting up the live stream and I'm like, you know what? Everything always works out for me. Best case scenario. And then I got the phone call that I needed. And that's why I was a couple minutes late. I was like, everything always works out for me. It's going to be fine. Like, why are you even stressing? Even if it's not fixed right now, it is temporary. All of that is temporary. You are good at fixing things. You are good at resolving things. So just know that it's going to get fixed. And so you're putting these things out into the universe. You're telling God what you need. You're telling your subconscious what you need. And the rest is falling into place. And it's going to be a win, win, win. Because you guys are the high priestess. Okay, you are finally in tune with what you deserve. Okay, you are in tune with the love that you deserve, the respect that you deserve. And mark my words, you are not holding back, but you are just trying to be effective. Okay. I kind of talked to you guys a little bit about this yesterday, being effective, whether you raise your voice a couple octaves to be heard, whether you lower your voice and come at a level 1 monotone, you are figuring out ways to be heard. You are figuring out different ways to heal. You are listening to your discernment. And the new people that are being brought into your life, they can handle it. They can handle what you need. Does that make sense? You might have a new business partner or somebody that you're working with at your 9 to 5 closely, and you might be thinking, oh, I just have to do everything myself. Or maybe you live with family and you're like, I always have to do everything myself. And it's hard for you to delegate. Some of you guys are really learning how to delegate what you need from people instead of worrying if they can handle it or not. Now remember, you've been cleaning house for a year, almost all of you. Okay, you guys have been cleaning house for a year or longer. So, all the new people that are coming in, these destiny helpers, your spiritual support, they can handle what you're delegating. God is training you. Remember, we are on this spiritual training ground. God is training you to delegate. Voice, yes, Bailey. We don't have to anymore. And that's what we're really learning. Like, we don't have to do it all ourselves in love. We don't have to do it all ourselves in our family. We don't have to do it all ourselves in work. All we have to do is ask. Okay. I'm trying to think of some examples. Sometimes we feel like we're high maintenance. Does that make sense? Because we've evolved so much. You guys have transformed so much. So we feel like, oh my gosh, if I ask them for that too, and that too, and that too. No, they're ready and they're waiting and they're willing. I'm going to say that again. They are waiting, they are ready, and they are willing. I've been practicing this theory for the last 3 weeks. Okay, let me give you an example. My car was having issues, and now I'm pretty good with cars, but what I needed to fix, I couldn't really fix while I was bartending, if that makes sense. And I could tell that the car was going to like give me some issues, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to multitask this issue? I am slammed in the bar. It is the first week of football. I can't really leave, and I do not want to end up towing this or having to call my husband or having to call the dealership or having to call OnStar or whoever to come get this bleepity bleep out of my face. And so I'm like stressing about it as I'm like trying to like work, and I come to the realization like, okay, a lot of my regulars, they own body shops, they work at dealerships. I know a lot of people in that industry. And so I had 3 mechanics while I'm running around look at my car just to get confirmation that what was wrong was actually wrong. And I'm like, okay, I just need some coolant till I get it to the other side of town, and then I will figure out where I'm taking it. And normally I'd be like, oh, I don't want to ask everybody while they're on their lunch break if they'll look at my car. Do you know what I mean? But I asked. Okay. Sometimes we got to act like we got to play the part. We are that princess. We are that prince. We are that king. We are that queen. And sometimes we don't treat ourselves like that enough. Now think about it. I wait on people part time. And if I'm waiting and always doing things for them, why shouldn't I ask? Now, I had some people that I'd waited on for years that were like, oh, you really should have asked me before I got my lunch. And I'm like, riddle me what? I will ask another person. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that. And what pissed me off about this regular that said that to me was I am not supposed to reserve tables on a certain day. And I always reserve a table for this party so they can get in and out because they work for a collision center. And I'm not even supposed to do that. So, like, doing that for 2, 3 years for them, that could have been the least he could have done. So I was like, noted. Noted. Okay. He's like, oh, my brother-in-law, not a mechanic, but he can totally look at it. And I was like, I'm good. Mental note. I'm good on you. Okay. So I have another friend look at it. And then I grab my morning server. I'm like, hey, girl, I know that you're going to get off an hour and a half before me. Can you do me the biggest favor and run to AutoZone and get me the biggest thing of coolant? And I would really appreciate it. And she's like, yeah, girl, I would love to. Now, normal me would be like, don't ask. Nobody's going to do that for you. Just do it yourself. And I'm learning that I just can't just do everything myself. We'd just be exhausted out here. Okay. So she was happy to do that. She's like, I've had a lot of car troubles and you've always helped me. You didn't care if I was late. You've helped me out with things because she, before my car issue, had a bunch of car issues before she was able to get a new car. And I would always cover for her because she would always be running late because her car was overheating and all kinds of things were going wrong. And I'd always kind of cover her for 15, 20 minutes, even though I'm not really supposed to do that, but whatever. And she was like, no, girl, I would love to. I would love to, let me get all my stuff done and I'll go get that for you. That meant a lot to me. I bartend. These girls are servers. They're very young. When they want to go after we've been slammed all day, they want to go home. They don't want to run to that local AutoZone off work, load in the coolant, and drive it home, and the coolant's drained. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the inside of the hood, it's spraying it all over the place. And I'm like, okay, there's a leak and it's bubbling outside of, like the container that holds it. So I'm like, okay, that's going to be getting replaced. But I had to seriously consider, I'm already going to have to miss a day of work to get it fixed. If I take it to the dealership, they're going to put me on a week long wait list. They're going to tell me that they don't have any rental cars. So I'm like, I had to ask my husband, I was like, hey, that friend we don't really talk to like at all, but they have a body shop like right down the street? And he's like, yeah, I know that friend. I'm like, it would save me a whole lot of money if you could just call him and ask him when I take tomorrow off if he can look at it and replace this part. Instead of me getting a rental car for 5 days, being on a wait list, them charging me whatever the frick, and yeah, ended up only costing $40. $40 for the part, $40 for labor. I was like, whatever, I'll take it. It's better than what I was about to go through. Didn't have to tow it. Asked even though I didn't want to. Didn't want to ask. Like when you have like family that you're not really close to. Do you know what I mean? It's like family that like you don't talk to, but you're like, oh, I really need a favor, and it would be real convenient if they would pick up the phone. And so it was like that type of situation where I would never ask. In fact, in 10 years, I've never asked, but I asked. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. You are seeing that you need to treat yourself as the throne that you're supposed to be on. Okay? There are ways that you see yourself, but you're learning to delegate. You're learning what you deserve. I had the same situation unfold today. There were a bunch of things that went wrong business wise, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna fix this without it taking up too much time? Gonna have to spill work over into a day off, but I got it all sorted as the live stream was starting, and I was like, everything always works out for me. I'm going to delegate. I'm just going to get it done. These are the growing pains. I'm going to appreciate the growing pains. I am not going to go back to the past where I would cry. Oh my gosh, it sucks. My car's not working. And who's going to fix it? And the dealership's going to F me over like they always do. Ugh, like whatever. Okay. When you have a warranty and you got to like use that warranty to the freaking umpteenth degree. Well, that warranty's gone. So I'm like, do I really want to take it there after that warranty has ran up? I really don't. Really don't. And so you guys are seeing like, what am I doing? Really though? What's the worst that's going to happen if you call, oops. What's the worst that's going to happen? I always hit my ring on this granite. What is the worst that's going to happen if you call that relative you don't really talk to? What is the worst that's going to happen if you ask that coworker that like, they're a kid? What is the worst that's going to happen if you ask for what you want? You are learning in every capacity to ask for what you want, to ask for what you desire. So from it below, I am asking for what I want in every capacity. Okay? In every capacity. And I'm so excited. Like, you're going through the nostalgia. Well, you're trying not to make it nostalgic of certain trauma. Okay? There could be a breakup that you're going through right now. Oh, I'm hearing a motorcycle. Some of you guys are going through breakups, and it seems very similar to a different breakup that you've gone through that was traumatic. And you're looking at this person like, I'm not going to let them run up all over me. I'm not going to let them run game on me. They're not outsmarting me. Why am I going to cry about it? I'm going to be the one to put my foot down. Maybe you're not the one that normally ends relationships. Maybe you went out with somebody and you blew somebody else off, and you're like looking at it like, I shouldn't have blown that other person off because look at what this person just did to me. You know what I mean? For some of you guys, it could be interviews. You're like, oh, I knew I should have went to that other job interview. And it's that state of not being too hard on yourself. You guys are really tapping into how you want to treat yourself and how you expect others to treat you. And there are just really big things that have caused you pain. It could be really showing how you are yourself. You are legendary in every capacity, in every shape of the word. The tables are officially turning because your words are amplified. The tables are turning every time you speak on what you want and what you expect, and you mean it. Whoever I'm speaking to, you be meaning it right now. The tables start moving. Okay? Everything starts moving in your favor every time you're like, okay, so I'll call them and ask them a favor. What's going to happen? They say no, whatever. Whatever. Or if you feel foolish for even asking, you just don't even care really anymore. So you are being really intuitive. You're going to see how that pays off, because obviously you're the one that had the feeling to call that one relative you never speak to. Obviously you had the feeling that somebody was cheating, or somebody was still on a dating website or a dating app, and even though you guys are supposed to be exclusive. Do you know what I mean? You're really in your discernment right now, so listen to that. Oh hell no, my internet is not gonna play me right now. Hold on guys, let me turn it off on here. Can you guys see me? Okay, it's glitching. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart the internet. Don't know why it's playing. Probably because it doesn't want you to have this message, but I'm gonna get through it. So give me a second, guys. Okay. Yes, legends in the chat. Okay. So I'm gonna let it run off of the regular internet. We'll see how that works while the Wi-Fi is restarting, and I'll give it a couple of minutes. Let me put this clock in front of me because I can see that better, and then I'll know when to turn it back on, because I cannot believe it just shut off. Anyways, it's actually working pretty good. Is the sound okay? I feel like the sound normally isn't very good when it cuts out, but we're just gonna work with it. Can you guys hear me okay though? Okay, thank you, Soul's Journey. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have, you are looking at the past breakups, past hurt, past times that you've cried, dealing with certain people. You guys are just seeing that you don't need to feel so bad about certain things from the past. Like, you have moved really far from that person, okay? There are a lot of people coming in. There's a lot of entities. I'm getting specifically because somebody just said that their lights were flickering. And like right now, there's no storm. There's no rain. There is no reason. There's no wind, no rain, nothing. There's no reason for an outage. There's no reason for the internet to be playing. None. Bill just got paid. You feel me? So there are entities coming in to move things around because your table is turning. They're like, oh, well, they won't notice if we flicker this light and then we just shift the table this way. No, no, no. We're going to keep turning that table. We got our eye on the prize. We have our eye on what's going on. We're like, okay, I see what's going on in the ethers. You are aware because you are doing well on this spiritual training ground. You are not delusional. You are not crazy. You are in tune. Okay. People could be, maybe you guys have been called a narcissist or been called bipolar or been told that you've split personalities, but you just are tapped in and understand different parts of yourself. I mean, how come when a Gemini has two personalities, they're not bipolar? I mean, really think about that. So you guys are just seeing that You have different ways of dealing with things. You're also going to be resting more. I know I say that all the time, but that is really, really important to your narrative right now. It's really important to your storyline because, as the legend, you need to be well rested so you can stay on top of your game. Okay? You are flipping, flipping over, you're flipping a switch. You are turning tables. You are You're just really aware of your intuition, your psychic abilities. You're listening to them more than you normally would. And you're listening to that the first time. So, say you have a feeling you should break up with so and so. You didn't get that feeling for no reason. Say you have a feeling that you should call a certain somebody. Every time you follow that feeling, you're following the magic of what's going to unfold because there is a reason why you felt that. There is a reason why you felt called to doing that. You guys have partnerships coming in that you are going to love and appreciate and value, and you might be scared of them being receptive to you, thinking, are they going to think I'm needy? Are they going to think that I'm crazy? Are they going to think that I'm demanding? But the people that are meant to be in your life right now, they are going to make you feel like the Empress. Now, it's not going to be perfect and sunshine and rainbows every day of the week, but they're going to teach you about boundaries. I feel like that's really important. For some reason, that comes in really strong that the new people you're dealing with, one of the things that they're going to teach you is boundaries, because that is what's going to keep you in Empress energy, is making sure you rest, making sure you relax. Yesterday I went live late because my husband wanted me to play hooky for a little bit from working so much, and like, let's go to the bookstore. Like, I can look at this and you can get decks. And I'm like, and I haven't done that in like years. Literally years. Like, where I'm like, play hooky? No, I should be working right now. What do you mean? You guys are seeing that the people that care about you, they really do want you in this Empress energy, but sometimes we fight it. We're like, no, I gotta get this done. I gotta get that done. I gotta do all these things. Who's gonna do it? And it's like, just leave the laundry in a pile for a day. Okay? Leave the laundry in the dryer. Leave the work on the table and take more time for yourself. Because again, the legend knows how to delegate. Okay, remember that you have greatness in your DNA. The legend listens to their intuition, has incredible boundaries, shows great leadership, and speaks what they want into existence. Okay, you believe in yourself. And this is part of you detaching from thinking that certain things won't be enough. Okay, obviously, like if we don't detach from all of the things that we're working towards, we can become too attached to those things. And sometimes it's really good to detach. So like yesterday, it was good for me to detach. You guys have a method to your madness, and sometimes, or what you're learning right now, is that you have to sometimes throw a wrench in that method to your own madness, because again, your tables are turning, you're flipping a switch, you're doing things a little bit differently, and it's really going to work out in your favor. Okay, let's see if it'll let me turn the Wi-Fi back on my iPad. So you're going to be shown a lot of love right now. Love that you're not expecting. This love is going to knock you upside the head, and you're going to be so like shook that you're going to be like, don't make eye contact with me. Like, does that make sense? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I'd be so happy to do that for you. Let me help you with this. Let me help you with that. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she would do that for me. But you're so like shook by somebody not having stipulations, not having conditions, not having strings attached, by helping or loving or doing things for you. You're going to be like, wow, I need a whole moment to be shook over here. Like, just let it marinate. You know what I mean? And that is what I'm seeing here. You're like, you're looking away like, this is for me? People will really help me? The universe will really work in my favor if I just say so and I believe it and I rest more and I believe more. I don't know. There's a lot of things unlocking for you guys right now. Okay, let me turn this Wi-Fi back on. Okay, we should be back in business. Hold on, because I think this went into power saving mode. Okay, we should be good now. But yeah, this is you with your angels, your ancestors, like, wow, I'm so like, you're so grateful, you're so smitten, you're so shocked, you're so like, wow, thank you. I was, you're not expecting it. And this is you on your Empress behavior, treating yourself, okay? Doing things that are not by the book, okay? Having more fun, finding more adventure, taking, I'm really getting somebody here is going to be taking their time too. That's something that maybe you normally don't get to do. Let's say you're going to lunch and you're like, no, I need to be out of here by this time. Like, can't be having too much fun. You're going to be learning how to relax, learning how to chill. Like, I'm not going to look at the clock. I'm not going to worry. Speaking of which, let me move this clock. And you're like, I'm just not going to worry as much. Because you guys get in your own head, like, oh, I should have been doing this. I could have taken care of that. You're just going to let things flow more. The errands, no, they might not run themselves, but you're going to start putting so much on your plate every day, or putting so much in your head every day. There is somebody that's definitely trying. Oh, are you kidding me? What is that? Knight of Cups. Somebody is trying to surprise you. They're not good at it. Okay, somebody is trying to surprise you and they're moving really slow. In their head, they think that they're moving fast, but they are in fact moving slow. They are trying to distract you with certain responsibilities. You are not going to take the bait. This could be a boss, a mom, a sister. You guys have a couple of people that are trying to get your attention with their authority. Okay, people are noticing that your tables are turning. People are noticing that you're a different person. And so they're trying to like level up in front of you. Like, I need you to look at me. I need you to look at me right now. I'm leveling up. I've been doing a lot of busy things. So that makes me better than you, legend. And you're like, I am not answering the phone. I'm not talking to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, these people are trying to distract you with, it is your responsibility to check in with me and tell me every little thing that you're doing. Because they're seeing on your social media that is shifting, you're glowing. They're seeing that you've gotten like a glow up makeover. You're in this divine feminine, divine masculine vibe, and everyone's taking notice, but there's a couple of people that really want you to know about yourself. They're trying to diminish your responsibilities. They're trying to make it seem like what you're doing is not that important or it's not even noticeable, but they're acting the way that they're acting because it is noticeable to them. Okay, so let's say you have a boss that's trying to get a hold of you and they're like, hey, Susie, you left this out and you didn't get this done and you didn't get this done. Why didn't it get done? You might not answer them. You might not answer them. Hi, Jungle. Yeah, you might not answer them. And they might do it twice. Okay? You guys could have a couple of family members that are never on social media and now they're going to be like updating their profile more because maybe they fell off and didn't really know what you were up to, but they know what you're up to now. They know what you're up to now. And they could have been preying on your downfall and you've released them and moved on. They can tell now. So before, certain people that you had released, they're like, they still like me. They're still hung up on me. They're still worried about me. They're probably still concerned. No, 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 no. People can tell now that you don't give a you know what. Okay? You're looking up in the sky. What do I tell you guys? And you can't find one F to give. None. And they're like, oh, well, it must mean that I need to like update my profile picture. I need to pose this way. I need them to see me. And you don't care. They've officially been released. Okay? They've officially been released. It's time to release the past and move on to something new. This is ending. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. So affirm it below. I am on the way to a happier future, walking on sunshine. And so somebody here in your workplace or in one of your environment, industry, they're mad that you're walking around with this crown on your head, because energetically, that is how people are seeing you right now. Walking around with a crown on your head. And people know that you're reliable. They know that you're intelligent, a little mischievous. They know that you're cheerful. They know that you're a joy to be around. But you guys have other people in the mix that are trying to make you look unreliable. They're trying to make you look irresponsible. And they're also trying to figure out ways to micromanage you, but you're not taking the bait. Especially with authority. Authority is going to want beef with you. Not all authority, but the authority you already don't get along with. Okay? You guys have a wonderful opportunity related to your work or education. Okay? And you are getting a promotion or a scholarship. You are taking this chance. You are seizing this chance to learn something exciting, or you are going to start a more rewarding and more uplifting career. You see this? You're like, I got balance. And this reminds me of going to the bookstore yesterday. I was like, this is awesome. I'm playing hooky right now. I'm at the bookstore. And so whoever's trying to make you look like you ain't got 9 lives, you ain't that smart, take that crown off your head. We're not here for that. Okay, we are not here for that. Not at all. Thank you, Awaken. Always on point. Always, always, always. You will know if this is your message. Okay? And if it's not, don't worry. Don't jam it up and make it fit, because there's plenty of others. Literally hundreds. Let me turn this air down because it's getting warm in here. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, so somebody's trying to make you feel like you're shabby or you're, I don't know. There's just things that you're working on with your self-care. There's things that you're working on with your education. You might be splurging a little bit more in regards to education or business. Say, you're wanting to like look the part or feel the part a little bit more. You're going to invest in that. And I see that paying off for you guys, because you guys do have this wonderful opportunity ahead. Like, you're about to have the whole world in your hands. Even as the whole world is turning upside down, bestie, you are going to have the whole world in your hands. Like, everything in your life right now is about balance. There's been so many times and so many cycles where everyone was the taker, everyone was taking from you, it was unfair, and now this is a season for you to take more as you need it. Okay? Car breaks down, call people. Take it. Okay? How many times have you bailed people out of trouble? Now it is time for you to take the help, for you to take the lending hand, for you to let somebody go get the coffee, for you to let somebody buy you lunch. You know what I mean? It's time for others to pay it forward to you and for you to accept it. There's a lot that you guys are generating and energetically, okay? And people see it. They're like, they're up to something. I'm definitely see you guys buying books, okay? Buying books, buying new clothes, doing something new with your hair. Maybe you're getting a new stylist, a new barber. Maybe you're firing one. Yeah, Queen of Cups. This is a time for you of deep emotions, heightened intuition that you can trust completely. I love that. These emotions you're feeling deeply because you're like, I remember that pain like it was yesterday, but I am not going to relive it. Okay? I am not going to relive it. I have moved on. I am good. I am better. Okay? Like for me specifically, it's hard for me to trust people in every aspect of life, but I have to work on. Not everyone's like that, so we're listening to our intuition. We're feeling things deeply. It's okay to cry. It's therapeutic. Okay, it's therapeutic to cry. You are compassionate. You are loving. You are giving. You are psychic, and you are learning to be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs, because those things are being heightened right now because you're becoming the Empress. You have divine partnerships being that you are attracting right now. So you need that extra spiritual bath, you need that extra pampering, you need all of that because you deserve it. You know what I mean? So you're learning to take more time for yourself and move along. You're always caring for others. It's a big confirmation that you are in this Queen of Cups energy. You're always caring for others. And now it's time for you guys to not ignore your own needs, making sure your own needs are met, your own expectations are met, your own standards, your own guidelines are being met. Okay, let's see. You're also figuring out things that charge you. Like, you're figuring out things that energetically charge you. Like, certain hobbies, certain, like going to certain places. You're figuring out what environments like supercharge you. Okay. What else is going on for the collective? What do they need to hear right now? Fleet says, I give the shirt off on my back. Yeah, it's time for you guys to receive. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Okay? You've worked hard. Okay? You guys are the gazelle. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Even though these annoying challenges are popping up, you will get through them just as you have in the past. But now you're even stronger. Okay? Like, old me probably would have had a whole meltdown when my car overheated. I would have been like, oh my gosh, freaking frick. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to deal with that. I know a lot of people. It's time to cash in those favors. And that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's like, why am I going to freak out about some car trouble? Like, I have been through car trouble before. Like, I got this. And it's just showing you, you know how to glide. It doesn't have to be like running around with your head chopped off. You know how to glide. You know how to handle challenges that pop up. So all of these challenges that they seem big at the moment, you're going to speak things into existence, and you're going to make them small again as you resolve them. Okay. I like that. I like that these have animals on it. Can I have one more? We have the ego. You may feel that you're trapped in a situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. Okay, so you guys are working through aspects of your ego and your shadow and things that have to do with money. Okay, I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're really aware of your shadow when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to things that you have and things that you don't. You're really aware of things that you got from your childhood right now. And you're like, I don't want to do that. So you're correcting these errors fast as you see them throughout the day, as you see them throughout the week, as you see them throughout the month. It's not perfect, but you're working through it. Okay? You guys are working through it. You're like, I'm not going to focus on negative thinking. Everything's going to be fine. You're flipping the script faster than normal. You are flipping the script faster than usual. Yes, strength. Because you could easily be trapped in crappy work situations. You could easily be trapped in a tango with your boss, fighting with them. And you're like, no, 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 no. I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that. You guys are using your voice instead of holding all of this weight, putting all of this weight on your shoulders. You're like, they better talk to me nice. They're not going to tell me that I'm incompetent. They're not going to treat me like I don't know what I'm doing. They're not going to treat me like I don't deserve this raise. I don't deserve this promotion. Somebody is definitely trying to like make you feel like they have the power to push you out. But you guys know if you're supposed to be leaving certain situations or not. Does that make sense? Like, you will know if you're supposed to leave. You are very in tune with your industry right now. And you're not giving yourself enough credit. Now, for those of you that have many industries that you're in or a couple, you feel like you're doing well in one but not necessarily the other. So you're trying to work on seeing your value in that other industry that you feel like you're trying to become better in or trying to detach from the outcome. And as that's happening, you have to realize that the other industry that you're in or the other family, the other person in this situation that's trying to make you feel like you don't deserve this, you're easily replaceable, this, that, and the third. You're not even going to respond because you're showing them, I'm not threatened. I'm not bothered. I'm not worried. You are not worried. Ace of Cups. Wow. The challenges that you go through this week are going to take you to the most beautiful rainbow, to the most beautiful seam of abundance. You're going to be looking at your bank account like, I'm not going to worry about what's in there because I know I got enough. I'm not going to worry about when more is coming because I know that I got enough. I got enough and I'll get more. Okay? You guys just feel emotionally abundant after each challenge and each fire that you put out. Like after I fixed the car situation, I was like, wow, I fixed that in a day instead of letting it be drawn out with the normal mechanics that I deal with. I don't have to do that. I asked, I received, and now I can move on with my life. You're going to ask, receive, and move on. Ask, receive, and move on. Wow. You guys are also going to be feeling more financially independent. For those of you that are around certain family members or have to live with certain family members or a particular ex, okay? If you live with an ex or you've been trying to leave a partner, you are gaining more independence. You are gaining more money. So in a effed up way, these people created a monster. Okay? All that they tried to like make you feel left out of, all that they tried to make you feel like you were unworthy of, you are going to be showing people that thought that they had you trapped. I'm going to be just fine. For some of you guys, that is the challenge that you guys are dealing with, and you're seeing that you will be able to leave when you want to. Okay, you will be able to leave. Oh, thanks, Em. I'm good. It's all good now. I'm really, really, really fortunate to be good with cars. If that makes sense. Like, I moved out at a very early age, so it was one of the first things I learned. Like, I'm not about to be stuck on the road. No, I am not. Not never. Okay? So, some people could, like, you guys could be the same where people don't know that you know all the things that you know. Like, you guys could know about cars. You guys could read a lot of books. You guys could know a lot about finance, and people don't know that about you. People like to run game on you. No one's running. Like, I like to study the things I do not want to have, that I don't want that game ran on me. Not at the dealership, not buying a vehicle, not getting a vehicle worked on. Never. So I study people that train other people on the loopholes in life, the loopholes in buying a vehicle, the loopholes in working on your vehicle. Like, we're so fortunate. When I started driving, we didn't have, like, you couldn't, like, just, well, maybe you could YouTube videos, but, like, nobody was doing that, okay? You couldn't just YouTube, like, how to fix this, how to do certain things. So you guys could be like me, where you study people in finance, you study people that are attorneys, you study people that are in sales, because you know that you're going to get certain things in life, whether it's now or down the road. And the more that you educate yourself in that, the better equipped you're going to feel. Okay? You know the right questions to ask people because you are seeing that down the road you will have your 10 of Pentacles. You will have your 10 of Cups. And I love that in your spare time, you are teaching yourself about the world. You are teaching yourself things that you will be able to, as the legend, teach others. So I like learning these things because I hope to one day teach, you know, like when I've mastered those things, to teach the collective. Because I don't want my collective getting ripped off, getting a car worked on, buying a car, just anything. Because that's kind of how the economy is right now. Interest rates are really high. Okay, interest rates are really high if you guys are in the States. So, you know, sometimes people think, oh, if I go to the dealership and I offer them cash, like they'll give me a better deal. But only if it's like a buy, for example, only if it's a buy here, pay here. But dealerships no longer really have in-house financing like they used to when our parents were buying cars. So we just need to know, what, tell me what the interest rate is, okay? Because the interest rates are through the roof. You guys are climbing out of debt. You're educating yourselves more. But most of all, whatever hole you thought you dug yourself into at any point this year, you are getting that up out of the mud. You are not taking no for an answer. With debt collectors, teachers, professors, terrible bosses, terrible parents, terrible lovers, whoever. Okay, whoever. Yeah, you guys are used to dealing with towers, certain upheavals that come in. So you're educating yourself as the Queen of Pentacles. That's not going to happen to me again. Once you get got once, I know my besties. Once we get got once, bamboozled once, it ain't never going to happen again. It's not never going to happen again. You ever been upside down in a car? You're like, that ain't never going to happen again. I don't care who I got to watch on social media. You're like, I don't care who I got to call. I don't care who I got to interrogate at work. Okay? I like to surround myself with business owners. A lot of my regulars are business owners, so I like picking their brain. You know what I mean? You guys are in that rebirth of picking people's brains because you want to know more. You're very receptive to information. And I love this for you guys because you know it's going to be useful. Okay? You know it's going to be useful in your future. Okay. I'm seeing you guys gain more confidence in asking. Maybe before you're like, I know they run a business, but I don't want to ask them about their business. You're going to ask. You are making new connections. Some of these people are even destined to be your destiny helpers. They're like, yeah, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like, I'll teach you things about this, and that. You're going to be learning new loopholes. Okay? One of the reasons I like talking to my regulars is because I learn loopholes about certain things. Do you know what I mean? Things that will help you out when you're paying that time of the year. Things that will help you out if you're starting a business, your spiritual business, your Reiki business, whatever it is that you're starting. Maybe some of you guys are starting a daycare, going back to school. You're figuring out ways to work smarter and not harder to maybe get your student loans paid. Or maybe some of you guys are going to go work for somebody that's going to pay for your tuition. You guys are finding the loopholes in life and you're turning the tables because you are putting it out there that you want this, and you know it'll be yours when it's time. And then before you can even blink, it's in front of you. Oh, here's that information that you asked for. You're like, I just said that. Whoa. Watch how fast these things fall on your lap. Like, as soon as you put it out into the universe. You know what, universe? I deserve better. I'm breaking up with Johnny. I don't need that in my life. Johnny's going to come over with flowers and sorries, and you're going to be like, what are you doing here, Johnny? I blocked you. Okay? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you are creating new friendships. Maybe you are used to friends not reciprocating certain things. You guys are starting to really value those friends that are coming in for you, that are willing to help, that are willing to do things for you that you're not used to. You guys could be used to friends that they love being there for all the downtimes, especially when you guys are chosen. You guys definitely understand this. It's hard for those that are chosen to have friends because you are simply legendary. And it's unfortunate, but they love when you're like this, when you're miserable, when you're going through it. They want a front row seat for that. They're like, oh my gosh, girl, what's wrong? What happened? Tell me everything. And then when you got good stuff going on, they don't want to hear that. You guys are finally going to have some friends in your life that are cheering for you, that are rooting for you, that are going to help refer you to people, connect you to people, that are also on their comeuppance too. Okay? So you guys can affirm below, I am attracting people also on their comeuppance. Because you're used to dealing with this. People acting real fake. Oh my gosh, of course I'm your ride or die. Of course I'm your friend. Da, 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 da. And then you need them for special events. You need them for the birth of a child, a wedding, a funeral. They're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. So you're switching it up on people. Some of you guys are going to be changing your number, changing your social media. Some of you guys are going to be deleting a bunch of people on social media, starting a whole new social media completely where these people are going to be locked out. I'm hearing that Akon song, Locked Up, They Won't Let Me Out. Yeah, you are putting people in this energetic lockup like, no, I don't know why I thought about reconciling with you, or I don't know why I was friends with you. Like, this is what you're thinking in your head. Like, I'm energetically locking them out. I'm not letting them out. They're locked up. Good riddance. And it's kind of like that energy of let me clear my throat. They're like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Did you get a new number? Da-da-da-da-da. You're like, let me clear my throat. I said what I said when I said it. You're going to be like, hello, who is this? Oh, I don't have your number saved. How did you get this number? How did you get this number? Some of you guys are meeting a soulmate. I was getting this download earlier today. You could have been dating or kissing a lot of frogs, a lot of dusties, a lot of thirsties that are just plain takers. But some of you guys are about to meet someone in a place you did not expect. This person could have already asked you out. They're not on your radar. For some of you guys, you're about to meet your twin flame, your soulmate, your divine counterpart, and they were never on your radar. You're gonna be like, that's the love of my life. Oh, I feel dumb. Don't feel dumb though. Like, I'm excited for you guys. Okay? I am excited for you guys. You don't have to be pressed. Like, when am I gonna meet the love of my life? You don't even need to worry, because you are cleaning house with people that are toxic, that they were never going to take care of you, not financially, not emotionally. They were just going to drain every last bit. You guys really can't stand to be around energy vampires right now. Okay, they're hard on your radar. You're like, oh, not acknowledging that. So you're really in this emperor, empress. You're rebuilding. You are truly rebuilding acceptance for yourself. How you look at yourself, how you treat yourself. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's been a little bit of a bumpy ride this week, but you guys have been fixing it fast. Okay? You've been fixing it at a rapid rate. After going through a lot of fake people that were two-faced, people that you trauma bonded with, people that you see now are a conflict of interest, that they were using you, or that they were setting you up, or they were setting you up for failure, or that they never had good intentions. You were just seeing in others the love that they have for you, and you're like, wow, I didn't even know I could feel love like that, see love like that, be gifted anything like that in this lifetime. So I really want you to marinate and slow down to enjoy that. Slow down to embrace that. You're not going to be so pressed about certain things anymore. Granted, you could have come out of this pressure cooker, the diamond in the rough. Granted, a lot of you guys do well in survival mode. You're like, I don't want to be pressed. You want things to flow, and if they don't flow, if there is resistance, you're like, it's not for me. And this could also be things that you are teaching in others. Like, hey, God's rejection is our protection. If it's not working out for you, God foresees something that you cannot foresee. Don't push it. Don't try to jam it up. Don't try to make it fit, because there's a reason why it's not fitting. And you might think, oh, I'd be telling people that, and I don't really think they're listening. I feel like people are listening to you right now because they see how much you're changing. Okay, they see how much you're changing, and that you really mean it when you say that. Like, if it was going to work out, it's going to work out. Why do we have to, like, make it be that? Your true power is the light of your own magic. Remember that you are a powerful, magical creature. The weight of your words right now. Yeah, moving like a boss. Literally, you guys are moving like a boss. See the wonders around you and honor this incarnation. The here and now is the stage of which you will encounter and learn to love yourself. Yes. Done are the days where you're like, oh, I can't do that. That sounds too nice. I'm not gonna buy that. No, I can't go on that vacation. No, I can't take a day off. No, that's probably not a good idea. No, done are the days. Done are the days. You are learning to love yourself. You are in a new stage of your life, and you are honoring the things that you are encountering instead of being like, oh, that is definitely not for me. You're just going to say, like, hey, this really isn't for me. I really appreciate that. But, when people are trying to help you with something, like, that's not my jam. And if they go to fix it, they're honoring. Like, let me honor you in making this right for you. So really pay attention to people that want to make things right. Genuinely. And that don't expect a lot in return. Takers, and I mean takers, are really going to bother you right now. You're really I don't feel like you guys are in hermit mode, but you're definitely private and keeping to yourself. You have a lot of abundance and wealth flowing to you at this time. So get excited for that. Okay, is there anything else? Thank you. Predicted it. I'm telling you guys. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're like, oh no, there's no way that's going to work out for me. I'll never be able to go on a vacation like that. No, 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 no. You guys have certain feelings and nudges and inklings that you really need to listen to. Everything is turning in your favor. You are turning the tables with your words, your light, your magic. You are this beaming peacock. You are releasing the past and you mean it. You are moving on and you mean it. You are something new and you mean it. And I love it because you're going to be a little bit mischievous as well. So you're still going to be playful. You're still going to be fun through this evolution. We have the rescue dog. You are going to receive a promotion or be chosen for a scholarship or find that you are singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all of the attention. Some of us feel like we're rescues, like we're orphans, like we don't really belong anywhere. People don't really understand us, but you are meant to be successful. You are destined for that. You are receiving promotions. You are receiving more money. You are receiving things unexpectedly. And your recognition is special. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all of the attention. You're seeing that you do belong in this crazy place. You know? Okay. You guys are also going to be releasing some type of sadness. You're learning that there are certain things that make you sad, and you're allowed to talk about them with people that care about you. And you are learning to work your way through those emotions, and you are stronger than before. Okay, because maybe normally you wouldn't talk about certain things that bother you from the past. Like, that person really effed me over and it's been really hurting me with moving forward in this aspect of my life, or moving forward in this aspect of my life. Can I have one more? Whoa. Okay. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Don't continue to overanalyze it, because you are figuring out that overanalyzing things does not get you closer to resolution, but meditation and prayer. So again, I was telling you guys, you were in this meditation and prayer of thanks. You were also considering things, contemplating things, seeing things with all eyes. You're like, I don't want to overanalyze it. That just drains you. Expect a sudden positive change in your life, because now you're moving forward and you're making great progress. Your trees are bearing fruit. You don't got to pick the fruit off the ground, okay? You don't have to pick the low-hanging fruit. Like, it's going to be your time to shine. So you're really going to be bossing up in the way that you handle small challenges that seem like big ones, hiccups that seem like, you know, big issues. You're going to squash them fast, quick, and in a hurry. Whoa. I ground deeply, but dance with the winds. Oh, I like that. You are learning how to be grounded in reality, but you're also learning how to dance. You're learning how to go with the flow. You're learning how to go with the wind. You are shifting your reality. You have your power at hand. Guide me through as at the gate. I am with your power at hand. You're just learning to empower yourself. You're like, I see how I'm going to get this. You see it better than ever. You're like, I understand how I'm going to get this. I will obtain it. It might take me a minute. Who knows? But I know that it's mine. I don't got to worry about it. Some of you guys could really like pumpkin. You guys could really like fall. You guys could like pumpkin scents. Somebody here could be an air sign. You guys could rescue animals. You guys could have just gotten a rescue animal. Somebody here could have a lot of cats in their neighborhood. You're learning what to do when you feel lost. You're learning what to do when you're learning what makes you feel at home. As soon as you start having certain negative thoughts, you're like, you know what? That's not the vibe. I need to think about what I'm grateful for. I need to pray. I need to do this. You are learning how to be more grounded, but you're also learning how to flow and have more fun. The tides are shifting. The tides are shifting. All right, guys, let me know what is going on in the comments. I love you guys so much. I'm going to be gone for a couple of days, so I hope that you guys enjoy the content that has been posted. There's always a playlist that you guys can shuffle for divine guidance. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell. Duh. Y'all don't want to miss out. Okay? Hopefully I will see you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll have like an upload or something, but I don't think it will be a live stream. But either way, I'll see you guys when I see you. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And just don't forget, you are legendary. You will see this when you need it most. These challenges, these hiccups that are popping up like daisies, you're going to handle them like a boss. Speaking out into existence what you need from the divine, from God, from your angels, from your ancestors, from the universe. And just watch that magic unfold. You are no longer going to be other people's scapegoats. You're not going to be the black sheep. You're not going to just bow down to others. You are empowering and honoring the divine feminine or the divine masculine within yourself. Or you're finding that balance of who you are becoming. You just have a lot of love, and you're going to be feeling a lot of love in your life. Because every little hiccup is going to bring you more love, because you're going to speak it out loud. This is what I need, universe. I believe it'll come. I believe it'll get here. So keep believing in yourself. You are the legend, and people know it. Okay, you are the legend and people know it. Don't forget to smash the you know what, hit the bell, duh. Y'all don't want to miss out. And did I say anything else? Spiritual assignment. Let me know, you guys, in the comments after the live stream ends if the Parrot app has been helping you. I know I have a lot of new subscribers that have just started using it. Remember that the app is free and you can record your voice on a loop, your affirmations, your affirmations. We are always practicing here how to reprogram our subconscious and how to detach, how to stand up for ourselves, and all of the above. Okay. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Organic Slay. Yes, amen. I appreciate you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out through the internet, which I'm glad it got fixed. But somebody definitely needs this message, and something out here did not want you guys to hear it. And something's going on with the throat chakra, because I had to keep clearing my throat. So remember to get plenty of rest, and all of your talents are leading you to great success. It's going to be a beautiful road ahead that you're really not expecting. You're expecting it to be like twisting and turning and fighting and all these things. You're expecting it to be this. So you're learning how to release this as your messy boots side wants to come to play. You're like, oh, we don't reside here anymore. Not like that. You're not going to be so mean to yourself. You're not going to be so like, oh, with others. You're like, I'm not giving them the time of day. I am not giving them time of day. You're going through a big ascension and a big level up. Some of you guys are jumping timelines because you have just worked through so much trauma. Okay, some of you guys have worked through so much trauma that you are like a whole new being. And some of you guys are going to be moving out of the country, moving out of the state. There's a lot of big things that you're considering. There are a lot of big things that you are manifesting. So yeah, you guys keep your vibration up. I was gonna say way, 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 way up, like Leor Alexandra. I miss her. And yeah, you guys got this. Okay. No more towers coming in. They're just little hiccups. They're little nuisances. It's like a fly. You got this. Yes, Abel, you are becoming who you want to be. I feel like I should get some love advice. Who wants some love advice? Let's get some. I got like a minute. I'm the worst at saying goodbye. I'm like, I don't want to go yet. I don't want to go yet. Can I get some love advice for the collective? There's always goodies if you tune into the end. Always, always. Some of the best gems are at the end. If you know, you know. Whoa. Okay, that's too many. Somebody might be trying to cause a disruption in your love life, or somebody thinks that they can come around whenever they please. That's not going to work. Yeah. 3 of Swords. Some of you guys might have even gotten a reading already on this person. And because you got this reading, you're like, no, they're going to be a bad person. They might be actually trying, but you might have gotten the reading first. Okay, so just kind of be careful with that. Somebody here is definitely being prejudged or judged harshly because there's another person involved. Let's say it's a baby mother or a baby father. Maybe because you like see them as a threat, the baby mother or the baby father, you're like, I need to get a reading. I need to get a reading. So you go and get a reading and your person's like, oh my gosh, they're like this, they're like that, they're like this. But this person could really be trying. And you're like, no, they're totally going to leave me for this person because there might be like unfinished business for the other person. Like the baby mother father might be still in love with your person. So that's going to be for somebody. Roland, thank you. So yeah, you could have gotten a reading because you're like, well, I know there's this other person in the background. So let me try to peep what they're up to. Actually, I'm getting that heavily. And for each and every one of you, it might be different aspects for those of you that are dating. Okay. And not those of you that are like already booed up. But for those of you that might be dating, there's somebody that is not over sin. And because they're like lingering like a dark cloud, you're like, what's the point of this? What is the point of this? Okay, tell me more about that specific connection. Clarify the 3 of Swords. It's just going to bring you more confusion. Okay, if that is your scenario, it's just going to bring more confusion. Because if they're not putting that person in their place in front of you and behind your back, like say they're like, oh, I'm not going to talk to them like that. I'm so mean to them. Da, 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 da. That might actually be a show. That might actually be a show. Because something is telling you, remember you guys are very intuitive right now. If something is telling you, you don't even need a reading. But if something is telling you like, nah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. They're really like that when I'm not here. And that could be because maybe the relationship didn't end how they said it ended. There's something that they omitted. There's something that they left out. And because of that alone, they can't really be trusted with this person. So it's confusing you. They're like, oh, I want to be exclusive. I'm all yours. Blah, blah, blah. But they have an ex. Or like an ex-person, ex-spouse, baby mother, baby father. That's not letting go of them. And you're like, that's supposed to be my problem. Why? So if you guys let go of that, there's definitely something better coming in. I tell my friends that all the time when they're like, well, their ex is obsessed with them, but I really like them and they're really hot. And I'm like, if you let go of them, I bet $10 that you find somebody that doesn't have that issue, okay? That doesn't have an ex that is lingering. Because the person that will be for you, that will usually not be the case because it will have already cut them off. This person is triggering like abandonment issues in you where you feel neglected by them. You feel like confused or like needy. But know that when you walk away from people that treat you this way, you're going to meet the next step and then the next step. Every time you are the one cutting them off, like, no, I don't deserve that. You're being a little bit shady. I am not looking for you like, where's Waldo? Like, I don't need to play I Spy. Where are you at? What are you doing? Did you really go where you went? Tracking their location. You're like, I don't need to be doing all of that. Because the person that you're supposed to be with is not going to put you through all of that. The person that you're supposed to be with is not going to make you, want to track them. You're just going to know where they are. You're going to know where they are. You're going to believe where they are. You're not going to have any desire to look at their phone. They're not going to have any desire to look at yours. And this narrative, you guys showing yourself, I deserve this. I deserve a real emperor. I'm going to boss up. My cutoff game is ferocious. Every time, whether it's a job, a family, a bestie, a lover, every time we say, that is not mine. That dusty busty shit, that's not mine. I don't want it. Next. Okay. Literally next. And every time you cut this off, you're going to get a burst of energy. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go treat myself. That went better than I thought. That energy is like clinging to you. It's like this thing that's like dragging you, but you're not realizing it. They don't deserve you. They don't communicate well. Remember, God is not the author of confusion. They don't communicate well. They're always around other influences. They're easily influenced, and they're trying to act like they are not. They're trying to show you like, I'm an emperor, I'm a boss. But they're not. They're a player. They're trying to act like something they're not. Trying to act like something they're not. Okay, is there anything else in love that's a different situation? Some of you guys are in a relationship and you feel stuck. Some of you guys are in a union and you feel stuck. You feel like you're at an impasse. You feel like, where's this going? How are we going to get this to be better? You feel like you've made a lot of sacrifices because of certain towers that have come in. Okay, so for those of you in relationships, whether it's karmic, you guys will know if it's yours. There's a lot of you guys in relationships where you feel like they're not seeing the towers that you've endured with them, where they are not truly appreciating the towers that you've endured with them. That could really set you off. Okay, that could really set you off. So you guys are feeling stuck. Like, what do I... Yeah, I wanted to say the hangman and the tower at the same time. And I was trying to say stuck and tower at the same time. And I said tuck. But you were a little bit worried about this relationship. Like, is this relationship going to be okay? I'm seeing that you guys are going through an initiation in this relationship. Maybe it's hard for you to be loving for too long, intimate for too long, vulnerable for too long. And this person too, they might not be the best communicator. They might really be getting on your nerves. What else is going on? You feel like there's a lot they put on your plate. This person could have like a savior complex. They could feel like you owe them a lot. They could feel like you owe them like the world. Like, oh, you only have that confidence because of me. You're only that smart because of me. And this is like a burden to you. You're like on guard. Yeah, double energy. You guys are on guard. So there's something that you guys are working through with trauma and trusting people. I don't care how long you've been with this person. You're like, whether they're being passive aggressive, whether they're being a certain way with you, however they're being, you're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like you guys are dealing with somebody that's acting out. Because if they were actually going to go do something, they would go do it. But they're definitely acting out. You guys could be dealing with spiritual attacks on your union, on your relationship. So you're going to be amping up prayer. Remember, you're going to be speaking it out into the universe. Like, I don't need to be stressing over this. No, I do not. And this issue might take a little bit longer than your other challenges, because this isn't like a love challenge. And I'm getting that there's something energetically that could be attacking your union, and you guys are needing to get on the same page, because your person could feel really burdened. I don't know. It's, you guys aren't communicating well right now. The devil energy is afoot. Okay. So rebuke, cancel, and denounce. Okay. Rebuke, cancel, and denounce. Because there are a lot of people that have eyes on your person, and there's a lot of people that have eyes on you. And not all these people wish you guys well. Not that we empower the ops here, but we also need to be aware of like witchcraft, voodoo, spell work, people that don't want good for us. Okay, your person can have a lot of enemies because they're always in this emperor mode, like F off. And you could be that pretty person that they're with, or that sexy person that they're with, and everyone looks at you guys. You guys could have a lot of enemies, a lot of haters. So don't try to be aware of that, or try to keep that in the back of your mind, so you guys are always together as a unit. If you know that's your person. If you know that's your person, when you guys rock solid together, especially if you have children, then everything in the house rocks solid. That is my personal belief. When you guys are like this and you're always working on your union, you're always working on your relationship, the children see they're rock solid, and I want to be like that. Mom rides for dad, dad rides for mom, vice versa, whatever. However your families or children are mingled or intermingled, you know what I mean. However you guys have your family, they always need to see you guys like this. And if you guys have been trying to have children and you don't yet, and you don't feel like this right now, that is something that you guys are going to be working on. Because if you're not, and you guys are like that, bringing in a child is not going to make it like this. It's not going to make it better. And you guys deep, deep down know that. So again, you're working on being a force to be reckoned with. That way, your children see a loving relationship, a strong force, and then together you protect the offspring. Together you I don't know. I'm getting a lot about like empty promises, broken promises, somebody really needing to listen to you. You guys know what you're talking about because of what you've been through, and sometimes people don't give you enough credit for that. Okay, sometimes people don't give you enough credit for the towers that you've endured with them, the things that you've been through with them. So you guys are really going to be speaking things from your whole chest, like, no, remember this, and that. I've been through that with you. We need to get on the same page for our family. We need to get on the same page for our offspring. Because remember, we got the Empress at the beginning, and the Lovers, and the High Priestess. I'm seeing like you and your person could be like telepathic. Oh my gosh, the Empress again. Yeah, some of you guys have children already, or you're about to have children. So because somebody here is going to become a parent, you guys are going through attacks. Devil energy is attacking you guys because you could be chosen, a divine union, twin flames, and you are about to have like a golden child or like golden twins. Does that make sense? Oh, I wouldn't say golden, but you know what I mean? Like chosen twins or like anointed children. Does that make sense? But somebody here, if you are not trying to get pregnant, and this is your reading, this part, be careful. Here I got the Empress twice. Somebody's getting pregnant. And because, yeah, Ace of Cups, somebody's getting pregnant. And that's why you guys could be under attack. Because, say there's people in love with your person. They could have been getting readings on you guys, spying and prying spiritually into your life. They're really jealous that you guys are going to have this child. Okay? Say you have your own kids and they have their own kids and you're going to have a kid together. There's a lot of jealousy around that. More than you guys realize. Holy cow. So that could be, again, why people are trying to slow you guys down. They're trying to cause a rift between you guys. Devil energy literally showed up trying to create towers and burdens and issues so you guys do not have this child. That is so effed up. But I'm seeing for a lot of you guys it's going to happen. For a lot of you guys, it's going to happen. You're not just going to throw however many years away, however many seasons away. You're going to protect this union. Oh, okay, guys. I hope that helped you. And, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. What does this one say? The time for being passive and accepting begins now. Let go of all desires. Be patient and prepared. The right time will come. Everything has a time. That's for somebody. Because we could have been in this chasing energy of like, I desire that. It's supposed to be mine. Duh. Maybe this could be with having children. Getting somebody to propose to you, getting somebody to marry you, getting somebody to file for divorce, getting somebody to do something. You letting go of that desire is going to bring it closer. Because you're like, it'll get here. I'm just going to accept that it will get here when it gets here. Instead of getting in your own way and it's slowing you down. I think we are getting a second moon. Yes, you guys are looking forward. Nobody should have to go home and defend themselves from the person. Well, relationships go through things, okay? Relationships go through things, especially spiritual warfare, and there are good seasons and there are bad seasons. So, like, just how we have good seasons, we have good seasons and bad seasons. You guys could have partners that are attacked in the dream state. You guys could have partners that are attacked by people doing witchcraft at work, whatever, what have you. And if they go through certain cycles with you and then it fixes itself or you guys fix it, then obviously, I mean, you guys are smart. You guys use your own discernment with knowing what relationships you should be in. Okay? I'm just going to say that. Because those that are anointed, those that are anointed couples do not have perfect seasons. Okay, they go through ups, they go through downs, they go through attacks. They have to be strong for one another. They grow together. They fight together. They defend each other. They defend their family front, their stability, and you two are on a spiritual course, or looking at it as this divine spiritual training ground, because you guys most likely have a divine purpose. And not everyone's person is awake yet, but most of the time you guys will have a divine purpose on how you will help the world. And so devil energy will try to attack that. Okay? Devil energy will try to attack you guys performing that divine mission together. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys like the love portion. I will see you guys in the comments. Don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation. Spiritual assignment is if you guys have been using the Parrot app, if it's been helping you guys, if you're new here. And yeah, keep releasing the past, keep moving on. You guys have all types of new things coming in, and you are on the way to a happier future, because you are fixing problems fast. You are no longer being nostalgic about what you've gone through. That's been terrible. You know what I mean? You're really learning how to move on. You're really learning how to accept love. You're really learning how to accept what God is bringing in your life the minute you ask, the divine, the minute you ask, the universe, the minute that you ask. So you're really seeing what you're in divine alignment for. There's a lot of things that you thought, oh, I could never have that. I could never have that. Or I've asked so many times. You are seeing what you are in divine alignment for. And you are learning how to detach from the outcome. Okay? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Toodles!